Hello everybody and welcome to my film about using Interrail tickets. I use Interrail tickets quite a bit now. In fact, in the current year, 2024, I've used two. And people often ask me, how much does an Interrail ticket cost? There isn't an easy answer to that because it depends on a number of factors. The variables are whether you buy a global or a one country pass, your age, the number of days travel that you purchase in a period, whether you go first class or second class, and whether you buy a paper ticket or a mobile ticket. Those are the 5 variables. And I'm going to go over each of those during the course of this film, which is based on a return journey I made from Brindisi in southern Italy to my home in Glasgow using an Interrail ticket. Thank you very much. Okay, so global or one country pass. One advantage of a global pass is that it's valid in your own country to get to the point of departure from your country. So for example, I can use a global pass to get from Glasgow to London or Portsmouth or Dover in order to leave Great Britain. A one country pass is only valid in the one country. It's like it says on the tin. If you want, for example, to fly into France or Germany and spend your holiday travelling around that country, then a one country pass would be more suitable for you. Your age is important as well. Up to the age of 27, you get 25% discount. And if you're over 60, then you get 10% discount. So the one I looked at, which was €215 full price, is €185 with the discount for a person over 60, or about 150 something euros for a young person up to the age of 27. Another variable, the number of days that you purchase. Well, you can either buy a continuous pass, which like it says on the tin, is valid for a continuous period, for example a month, or you can purchase a certain number of days within that period. The advantage of that is that you don't want to travel every day, I think, if you're on holiday. Sometimes you want to spend 2 or 3 days in a place, so if you buy a continuous pass, you're in effect wasting some of that time. I recently travelled on a global pass that was valid for 10 days during 2 months. It cost about €400, which worked out at €40 a day. So if there was a day when I was only going to make a short journey, which might cost 10 or 15 euros, then I would buy a separate ticket for that and save one of my 10 days for another day when I'm planning to do a longer journey. So you need to think about how many days you actually want to travel. First or second class, well, you might think it's a bit posh to go first class, but generally it's about 25% more. If you buy a global pass, it means that I, for instance, can travel from Glasgow down to Dover or Portsmouth or London using my global pass in a first class carriage, which for me is good value for money. Countries like France and Italy, where you have to buy a supplement, the number of Interrail tickets per train is limited, and you're more likely to get a ticket if you have a first class Interrail, because you can also use it in second class. One of the tickets I used this year was to go on a cycling holiday in France, which involved travelling on a few regional trains in France. It was good to be able to go first class when there was standing room only in the second class. Paper or mobile? Well, I'm 70 and a mobile phone ticket is remarkably easy to use. Paper tickets are slightly more expensive because you have to pay for them to be transported to your home. When you order a paper ticket, you have to specify the date in which you start travelling. With a mobile ticket, you don't have to do that. You can validate it any time up to 11 months after the date of purchase. So if I buy a ticket now, if it's a mobile ticket, I could decide if I want to use it at Easter or in the summer. If you buy a paper ticket, once you've chosen the dates on the point of purchase, you're kind of stuck with it. And now is a good time to buy Interrail because at certain times in the year they give discount on this normal price, and at the moment there's what's called a Black Friday sale. All tickets are 25% off if you buy them before the 17th of December. So if you're watching this after the 17th of December, don't worry, because there may be other discounted periods. Normally Interrail offer a discount during a quiet period. Interrail tickets give you flexibility to come and go as you please. If you have a fixed list of cities or places that you want to visit, you might find it cheaper to buy advance tickets for each journey rather than Interrail ticket. I mentioned that if you travel on Interrail in France, Spain or Italy, on high-speed trains you have to make a reservation. I've never found it a problem to get a reservation, and also you can change the reservations at short notice subject to availability. Typically the reservations cost between 10 and 20 euros. And a small point, if you live in a country like I do, the United Kingdom, which is not part of the Eurozone, You can choose when you pay for your Interrail ticket whether to pay in euros or in your own currency, so it's worth toggling between the two to see which is cheaper. I found this year that the two tickets I bought were slightly cheaper to pay for in euros when I checked on my bank's website what a euro transaction would cost. Interrail tickets were introduced over 50 years ago by the International Union of Railways to encourage young people particularly to travel by train, and your entitlement to buy an Interrail ticket has nothing to do with whether your country of residence is or is not a member of the EU. If you're from a country out with Europe, then you need to buy a Eurail pass, and the conditions are broadly similar to Interrail. And now let's see some pictures of my journey back to Glasgow from the south of Italy. Just arrived at Taranto. I got used to the air conditioning on the train and I've just been blown over by the heat. My room at the Arcangelo Hotel, not bad for €84. On booking.com it was €94. Hello there. If you just walk into reception and ask for a room, you don't pay the commission to booking.com. Just open the door there. That's the view from the window. Told me I mustn't take pictures with people in them. Well, it's an old-fashioned toilet with a foot pedal flush. And ditto with the hand basin. Good morning from Salerno station, and I've got another day on the Amalfi coast. So I've just popped into the station to check train times to go to Napoli tomorrow morning. At the moment they're serving A105. To get from down there to where I am now, I had to cycle up that ramp. I'm now on the road to the Amalfi coast. I love Napoli. I've cycled in Napoli a few times. Don't be scared of the traffic. If you step in front of traffic, it stops for you. That's my experience. Francesco, tell us where we are.
Monte Morello Hills, above Florence.
Ah, thank you, Francesco.
You could see there.
Yes. Should we look at the view?
Yeah.
There's the view. It's a bit misty and cloudy. And there's Florence down there. And now he's going to walk up to the cross because we have some sandwiches, I hope. Firenze or Florence, Santa Maria Novella is the name of the station. I've checked my ticket. I'm in coach 5, seat 1D. Confusion here in Basel because the train was shown as cancelled, and then the guy on the platform said change at Freiburg, so I jumped on the Berlin train with the intention of changing at Freiburg, but other people have been told to change here at Basel Bad, so I'm now at Basel Bad, and the Deutsche Bahn lady has assured me that the train is stopping at Mannheim, which is where I'm staying tonight. Chaos and confusion. But we're going to leave late because we don't have the road yet. We're off. Bye bye Basel Bad. Explanation for all that was that the inbound train was late coming into Basel, Hauptbahnhof, and they decided to terminate it short at Basel Bad and return it to Germany from Basel Bad, putting everybody on the Berlin train and telling them to change. But the message hadn't got through to Swiss railway employees, who told me to change at Freiburg. I'm waiting for the connection to Köln, and there are several stations in Köln, and I want Köln Messe Deutz for a connection to Amsterdam. Eurostar departure lounge at Lille, waiting for the train to London-Saint-Pancras. Ici le Eurostar. Wow! Bon appetit from Eurostar. Because I'm old enough to remember when a trip to Paris involved catching a train to Dover, a ferry to France, and then another train, and it took all day, I still marvel at the wonder of Eurostar and the Channel Tunnel. For me, it's an achievement of my lifetime, which I really love and adore. Thank you, Eurostar. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to buy me a coffee as a reward for making these lovely films, please see the link here to Ko-fi.